Hi guys, welcome to A Cumbrian Lad Outdoors and welcome to today's video. Now today I've had a walk out to my permission woodland just to have a check on it and make sure everything's hunky-dory, which it is, thankfully. So while I'm here I thought I would do just a short video for Back2Basics. Now if you haven't heard of Back2Basics before, Back2Basics is a Facebook group for all activities that are outdoors. So whether it's wild camping or bushcraft or archery, cycling, skiing, whatever it is to do with the outdoors, it's discussed on that page. So what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description for the Back2Basics Facebook group, and you guys are all welcome to drop us a line, send us a request, and you'll be more than welcome. And please join in and share your videos and outdoor experiences for everyone to discuss. So like I said, today we're going to be continuing Stephen's shelter sessions by having a look at my fire pouch, how I start a fire and so on and so forth, and what I use. So before we actually have a look in my pouch, the first and I believe the most important part of my, well, generally survival kit, but ultimately fire starting for today's video, is my knife. So my knife is the Enzo Trapper 115 in Elmax steel, and with that comes a fire steel, and you can use the back of your knife, the blunt end, to make a spark and start a fire. So first and foremost, that's what I've got with me today. So all this is, I think it was £6 off of Amazon, and it's just a very simple leather drawstring bag, Possibles pouch I believe they're called. So what I'll do is I'll quickly run through what I've got in here, and then I shall quickly show you how I start fires. So you guys have all seen me use these before. I use them quite a lot in my videos. They're really easy to make, and they're really easy and effective to use to make a fire. So these are homemade fire biscuits. Now all you need to make these is some makeup removal pads, an old pan and some wax. Put the wax in the pan, put it on a low heat, just enough to melt the wax. Then you take hold of one end of the makeup removal pad, dip it in the wax, one side then the other, leaving the bit that's being held by your fingers clear of any wax. Set them down or on something that you can let them dry on. And once they're dry, they're then ready to use. All you do is you open it up, fluff up the middle, strike onto it. You can hold it up and it acts like a bit of a candle, and it burns for quite a long time. Really easy to make fires. Second of all, we have some birchback. So again, birchback is a very effective method of making fire, and you can even get a fire going when it's still wet and damp. So yeah, that's in there. What I also have is some lint from the filter on the tumble dryer. Again, all you need to do is fluff that up, put a spark to it, and she'll take very easily. Now next is a bulrush. Now this is something I've not tried before, so today is going to be a first, but by all accounts, if you fluff that up, put a spark to it, it's supposed to take really easily. So we'll see how that goes today. Then I've got some fat wood. Now fat wood, if you use the back of your knife and make some small scrapings, and then take some bigger chunks, slivers off, it takes really easy, and the fat wood makes an excellent fire starter because it burns for quite a long time for the small amount that you need to use. Now, I normally carry a lighter just in case of emergencies, but round that lighter I've got some duct tape, and duct tape is really handy if you're struggling to get a fire going but you've just got a small flame. If you scrunch a small bit up, and put it into that, it actually burns for a decent amount of time, creating a bigger flame, which means you can get your smaller kindling on top of it, or your feather sticks, and get your fire going. And then last but not least, I've got my extendable blowing pipe. So once your fire's going but you think it needs a bit of a help, you don't want to get too close to the fire and get smoke in your eyes, you've got this pipe to blow through, and it focuses a jet of air right into the base of the fire, which will help you get it going. But you do have to be careful not to blow the backside out the fire. I've done it a couple of times where I've been a bit too eager, and I've got the fire roaring, gone to blow again, and it's burned all the small stuff out of the bottom of it, and the fire goes out. But handy nevertheless. Right, so let's show you how effective these items that I carry are at starting a fire. Right guys, so you've seen it before, but I'll show it again for the purpose of this video, just so some people might not have seen it. The homemade fire biscuit, as I explained before. So all you do is open it up, fluff it up, I'll do it that way, then you can see. Get my knife and my fire steel. There you go, you can see that took really easily and quickly. And then if you've got some bark and your kindling and your feather sticks, that's how easy and effective they are. Blow that bark out, and as you can see, once it's going, it does burn very well and for quite a long time, which is very handy if the wood is a little bit damp and you need a consistent flame to get it going. You probably get a good 5 to 10 minutes out of that, I would reckon. I'm not going to let it burn. You don't need to see that. So as you can see, that's really effective. Even if I hold it up like that, it'll still burn very well for quite a long time. So we'll try the birch bark itself. If you give it a scrape with the edge of your blade, get all the small pieces together. And you've got some other bits handy. Once you strike it, get the other bits over the top of it, and we should get a fire going. There we go, just using the birch bark on its own. Nice and easy. Next we'll try the lint from the tumble dryer. So on the tumble dryer you've got a filter which catches all the small particles of clothing that rub off. So all you need to do is get a small amount of that stuff, fluff it up. Again, have a piece of bark or fat wood or something handy. Put a strike into that. And she's away. Put your bark in, or whatever you're using to continue your fire. And you're away. Nice and simple, and of course free of charge. So what we'll do is we'll try a bit of fat wood. So what I'll do first of all is cut some slivers. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll see if we can get some small shavings just to take the spark, and then we've got the larger pieces to put on top of that. we go, that should work a bit better. And we're away this time. You can hear the fat wood hissing with all the sap in the wood. Then of course you can add a bit of bark or some twigs. There we go. She's away. So we'll let that go out and then we'll try the bulrushes for the first time. So like I say, I've never tried these bulrushes before. It was actually Stephen from Delicate Sounds of Camping and Back to Basics that recommended this as an idea for me. So what we'll do is we'll just pull a bit of that off. Do a good amount for the first time. See, it's all fluffed up there, lovely. I need a little bit of bark handy. Oh, nearly. There's an ember in there. Give it another spark. We'll give that another go, because I think that will work. Like I say, trial and error for my first go. Maybe if you've got a bit of extra fuel as well, that might help. You just need to fluff it up a little bit more, but my concern with doing that is that it will actually blow away. What I'll do is I'll put that in the middle. Not quite as successful with that as the other ones, but like I say, it was my first go with it. So I'll work on the technique and I'll let you know if I can figure out a way of making it a bit more efficient. Right guys, I hope you've enjoyed that wee video on the shelter sessions, on my fire pouch, on how to start a fire. Like I say, I'll put a link to Back to Basics in the description, and you're more than welcome to friend request. And like I say, we discuss openly all topics of outdoors activities. So thank you very much for clicking on today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it and found it useful. So once again, stay safe, much love from a Cumbrian lad.